Hello, this is Thomas, and this is my submission for the Module 7 assignment. So this assignment, the topic is to defund the police debate, and this is where I stand on it. Um, so for me personally, I disagree with fully defunding or heavily cutting police budgets. While I do think that we should change how we use that funding and build up other kinds of responders, we still live in a world with shootings, domestic violence, and emergencies where someone has to show up fast. So getting rid of police or slashing budgets just doesn't seem realistic or fair to me. At the same time, I understand why people are pushing for big changes. There are real problems with police brutality, racial bias, and over policing in some neighborhoods. So my position is kind of in the middle. Not to defund if that means big across the board cuts or to abolish the police completely, but yes to reforming how funds are used, adding accountability, and bringing in maybe like a mental health team or even social workers and community programs so police aren't the default answer to every single problem. In the Intelligence Squared debate, a few points stood out to me. Um, Jason Johnson argued that when police activity drops sharply, homicides often go up, like in Chicago and Baltimore, especially like after big changes in policing. That suggests that police are still a critical role of public safety, especially in communities that already experience lots of violence. Sue Rar, I think that's how you say her last name, compared police to an emergency room and social services as a preventative medicine. If you shut down the emergency room before the rest of the health system is ready, people get hurt. I think that's what could happen if we cut police funding first and then try to build mental health and housing systems after we cut the police off. On the other side, Paul Butler pointed out that most 911 calls are nonviolent issues and that guns and handcuffs don't fix things like addiction or mental health crises. I don't agree with large scale defunding, but I do agree that we should stop sending armed officers to every single situation by default. So, my alternative is to keep funding strong enough for safety and training, but shift some of the responsibility and money towards services that are actually built to handle those types of issues. Personally, I think we need a mix. I care about social and distributive justice, meaning resources like mental health and education shouldn't only go to good neighborhoods while others just get patrol cars. But I also think that we need due process focused policing with solid training and oversight. Because when someone is being attacked right now, people still expect the state to protect them. So to wrap it up, I don't support defunding the police if it means big cuts or making the police basically disappear. I think that puts vulnerable communities more at risk. What I do support though is transforming how police funds are used. Better training and accountability, fewer police only responses to social problems, and more investment in training or in services that actually deal with root causes. To me, that's the balance. That balance comes closer to real justice than punishment on one side or just a slogan on the other.